In the last video, we drew our staff and we drew our clef. So now we need to get our D string notes onto the staff to help us learn where they live. We've already seen our open D and should know by now that it is a line note and it's right on the middle line of the staff. When we draw our notes, we want to make sure it's really, really clear if the note is on a line or a space. And the most important part of the note is what we call the note head. It's the circle part of the note. So I'm going to find that middle line, line 3. I'm going to draw half a circle above the line, half a circle below the line, and I could leave it like this. This is what our open D looks like. Whether it's hollow, whether it has what we call a stem, this line here, or not, because the note head, the circle, is on the middle line, that is the note D. Anything else that we see tells us how long or short that note might be. So for now, we're going to go ahead and fill it in. Make sure you have your note right on the middle line. When we're practicing notes, we're going to label them. If we're looking at a piece of music, we're not going to write note names below like we're about to do. We shouldn't be doing that in our music. It's something that we do here. So this is our D string. And then above, something that we will put in our music sometimes, not over every single note, but sometimes, is a finger number. So when we play our D string, we don't have any fingers on our left hand pulling that string down to the fingerboard. So over the note, we'll put a 0. For the next note, we want to find out what note we get when we put our first finger down on the D string. So my finger number is going to be 1. And the pattern that I follow is after D, if I'm adding a finger, I'm going to go one note higher. So I think of my musical alphabet, and after D is the letter E. We're not skipping anything. We're just going one note higher. Now, if I'm looking at my staff to figure out where this note lives, D was on line 3. If I'm going one note higher, I'm going to go from a line to the very next space up. So E is going to live right in this space. I'm going to draw a circle that touches each line, but is clearly in the space. There's no line going through it. And then I'll add my stem, fill it in. And now on your paper, you should have open D and first finger E. Now our next note is special. For our next note, we can have 2 different versions of it. So if I'm going from first finger to second finger, I'm going from D to E to F. 0, 1, 2, D, E, F. Line, space, line. Now we do have another version of F that we will be playing, actually more often than this second finger F natural. So the other version of F that we would be playing is going to be with our third finger. So I'm going to put a 3 over here. I know it's weird to have the 3 to the left of that, but that's because when we have this note, we make it a little bit higher. We call it F sharp. The sharp sign is going to be on the same line as the note, and it's going to come before the note. So we say F sharp, but see it in the music as sharp F. So then down here, when I use my third finger, anything in parentheses, 3 sharp, sharp, that's F sharp. If I'm just doing second finger, that's F natural. You have one more note that you can play on your D string. D, E, F, it would be G, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So your job is to make sure you have D, E, F, F sharp, and now you are going to find G. Happy hunting.